So for today's short sequence, we're going to be working with moon salutation. Last time around, we had a look at the sun salutation, which is traditionally taken in the morning. It's used to stretch out the spine, to lift the energy, to warm the body up and prepare you for the day ahead. And this is its soothing sister sequence, which is traditionally practiced in the evening, and it has that much more kind of calming and grounding sense to it. So you're not working explicitly with the breath. You know, normally in a sun salute, you're linking each pose to a breath. This one has a much more kind of spacious and expansive quality to it. It was described to me once as the clunky relative of the sun salutation. It has got some peculiar transitions and one of the most awkward triangle transitions that I've ever come across in my kind of teaching and in my practice. But bear with me, once you get the hang of it, once you get the flow of it, it feels really lovely. And as I say, although it's traditionally an evening practice, you can practice it at any time of the day, any time that you feel that you need to just calm a little bit. So we're going to start this one up towards the top of the mat. I want you to plant the feet really firmly, press down into the ground, and you feel that kind of sense of stability already, kind of grounding down. Arms are going to rest slowly aside, shuffle through the shoulders, and let the gaze drift out in front of you. So we start everything on the left side of this. We're working with the lunar side of the body. As you inhale, I want you to take the arms up above the head really gently. Take the left hand, grab a hold of the right wrist, and then slowly bend over to your left. Hold it there just for a breath. And then coming back up to the center, palms come together. Draw the hands down into the middle of the chest. And then you're going to take a big step back with your left leg. Adjust the toes. So the toes turn out to opposite corners of the mat, hands pressing in to your chest. And then you're going to bend the knees and drop down into this squat, into goddess pose. Now you have a choice, A, of how deep you drop, depending on how hard you want to work. And B, you can keep the hands into the chest, or you can open the arms out wide. Really stretch out into the fingers as you come into goddess. I'm going to hold here for a breath or two. And I want you to think about that energy that's gathering. You can feel the work in the thighs. It's like an energy that's gathering in the center of the body. So that when you inhale next time, straighten the legs, press the arms up, press the chest forward, come to 5-pointed star. Stretching and radiating out. We're going to lower the arms down to shoulder height. We're going to turn to the left. So we're going to turn your left toes out to the back of your mat, right toes turn towards me. And slide into triangle. So you're going to slide over to the left and then drop the hand down either to the thigh or to the shin and stretch that right arm up towards the ceiling, keeping the chest open. Holding here for a couple of breaths. If you feel that that shoulder's starting to drop over, lift yourself up just a little way. Just make sure you're not pressing on the knee. From here, that top hand is going to start to gently fall down. So we turn the chest, bend the front knee, drop both of the hands down, and then you're going to step that right foot in about halfway, so shortening the stride length as we come to pyramid. Tiptoe the left leg out just a little bit so you've got a wider base. And then try to straighten the legs. If you need to, you can bring the hands up onto the shin or to the thigh, but you want to think about keeping the hips square. So it's like you're hugging the right hip ever so slightly forward, left hip ever so slightly back. Hold here, soften the neck and the shoulders, breathing deeply. I'm going to bend that left knee, plant the hands, slide the right knee back, lowering down. We're coming into crescent lunge here. As you inhale, sweep the arms up above the head. Exhale, sink down into the hips. Holding here. I talked about it being the clunky relative, those slightly peculiar transitions. You're going to bring the hands down, both hands to the inside of the foot. Tuck the right toes and then you're going to spin round to your right and you're going to shift your weight from the left foot all the way to the right foot. Spinning right the way around so you're facing the opposite direction. Left knee comes down. Inhale, arms sweep up. So now we repeat the sequence in reverse. Sink down into the hips, find that low lunge. Take the hands down, tuck the toes. You're going to step that left foot in about halfway. So we're coming to pyramid pose again. Maybe widen the stance a little, straightening the legs, bring the hands up. Or if you've got blocks nearby, you can rest up on a couple of blocks. Hugging the right hip back, left hip ever so slightly forward. Breathing deeply. Bend the front knee, step the left leg back and turn the toes towards me. Now you're going to come up to triangle, so you're going to straighten that right leg, hand onto the shin or onto the thigh. Tuck the right hip under, roll the chest open, roll that left arm up, and you've made it, that awkward triangle transition. Keep stretching up into the left fingertips. Big breath in, big breath out. Now I want you to use that inhalation, that little bit of energy, to lift yourself back up. Find 5-pointed star. Adjust the feet so they're pointing out. Notice how your 5-pointed star feels a little bit different when you haven't gathered that energy up beforehand. Use an exhale, bend the knees, draw the elbows down, come into goddess. Big breath in. Big breath out. Hands into the chest. You're going to step your right foot up to join your left. Arms come up above the head. Take a hold of the left wrist and then slowly bending over to your right. Inhale back to center, palms touch. Draw them down into the chest. So that's one half around. We're going to repeat everything, leading with the right leg to get back up to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms come up. Grab a hold of that left wrist again and bend over to the right. So it's like a crescent moon shape with the body. Inhale up. Palms together, draw the hands down into the center of the chest and take a big step back with your right leg. Toes turn out to opposite corners of the mat. Bend the knees, drop it down, find goddess. Sinking down. Open the arms out wide if it feels good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Again, that energy is gathering at your center. Getting ready to shine out in that 5-pointed star. When you're ready, inhale, push up, lifting out. 5-pointed star, stretch. Drop the arms down to shoulder height. Right toes to the front of your mat. Left toes towards me. Slide it out and then hinge it over. Coming into triangle. Again, right hand is down, left arm is up. Breathing in and out. From here, that top hand, slowly rotate the chest, bringing it down. Bend the right knee, both hands come down and step the left foot in just a little way. So again, we're working to pyramid, straightening up the hips, bring the hands up onto the thigh, onto the shin if you need to. Working on the fingertips, whatever feels good. Drop the head, folding forward over that front leg. Okay, bending the front knee, plant the hands, slide the left leg back, drop the knee. So coming into that crescent lunge again. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, sinking down into the hips. Keep the gaze forward if it feels more comfortable. We can take it up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down. We're taking that funny little transition. Tuck the back toes, walking around to the left this time, pivot the feet and shift the weight. All the way around. Facing the opposite end of your mat. Drop the right knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink down into the hips. Again, that crescent lunge. Exhale, hands come down. Tuck the right toes. Step that right foot in about halfway. Find pyramid. Left leg forward, right leg back. Hugging the right hip forward. Breathe. Bend the left knee, step the right leg back and turn the toes out towards me. We're transitioning up to triangle. Straighten the left leg, tuck the left hip under, rolling the right arm up. Big breath in and out. One more here. Then you're going to use that inhale to lift you all the way up. Adjust the feet out, find 5-pointed star. So toes to opposite corners. Leading with the chest, lifting up and out. Exhale, draw it down, find that squat goddess pose. Gathering up, finding all that energy. Hands into the chest. We're going to hop the left foot up to the right, top of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Grab a hold of the right wrist and then bending over to the left. Inhale back to center. Palms touch. Exhale down into the center of the chest. Take a pause. And then release. Okay. So that was one round of moon salutation. If one is enough, you can stop there. If you want more, rewind it back to the start and take as many rounds as you need to until you feel comfortable. Should have a nice soothing and calming effect on you, and it works through the side of the body, through the hips, so it's a perfect kind of companion piece to sun salutation. For now though, thank you for practicing with me. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.